Good day, viewers. Thank you for clicking on my channel. Uh, I want to thank you so much for that. Today, we want to do a video on a very simple and easy tricks on how to do multiplication of two-digit numbers. Please just be with us. Well, for you to enjoy more of our lesson, I want to uh, ask you to please click on the subscribe button so that whenever we release our lesson like this, you'll be the first to see it. Okay, let's continue with what we have today. We are on a special lesson on the mathematics tricks. So today we are going to show you two math tricks on the squares of two-digit numbers. So when you have a two-digit number and you're asked to square it, there's an easy way to do it. That's what I want to show you in this lesson. There are four easy steps to find the squares of two-digit numbers. So let's run through the steps. Steps 1, square the individual numbers and write the results side by side. Step 2, multiply the two numbers. Step 3, multiply the result of step 2 by 2 and add 0 at the end. Step 4, add the result in 1 and 3, and that gives you the final result. Now, this is theoretical. Let's go to practical. Are you ready? Okay, let's go there. So the first math trick, math trick 1, is a square of non-zero two-digit number. So we are looking for two-digit number that none of the digits is 0. So let's look at the example. We have two examples to use and illustrate this. Number 1, the square of 12 and the square of 76. You already know that 12 square means 12 times 12. And of course, you know 12 times 12 is 144. But we want to use this first example to show you that our trick actually works. So let's look at it. We have 12 square. So we apply our 4 steps. The first step is square the individual number. So we take 1, we square that 1, write the result. So 1 square is 1. Now take 2, square the 2. The square of 2 is 4. But we want to write it in two digits. So we write it as 04. Take note of that. If it is not two digit, write it, put 0 in the front to make it 2 digits. So in this case, we put 0 there, so it's going to be 04. Is that clear? Now, step 2, multiply the two numbers. So we take the two numbers and add multiplication there. So 1 times 2 is going to give us 2. Is that clear? Step 3 is multiply the result of step 2 by 2. So we take the result, which is 2, multiply it by 2, and that will give us 4. So now, we put this 4, take this 4 there, add the 0 as instructed in the step. So when you add the 0, you have this. So the next step is add the two numbers, which is step 4. Add the two numbers. What do you have? 144. Is that not amazing? It is really, really amazing. Let's proceed straight to uh, example B, example 1B. We have 76. So we're going to follow the same steps. First, take 7, square it. 7 square is 49. Am I correct? Yes. So put it there, 49. Next, take 6, square it. 6 square is 36. Is that clear? So that first step is done. Go to the second step. Take the two numbers and multiply. 7 times 6 is 42. So multiply 42 by 2. What do you have? 84. And take your 84 to that point. You see the way it's arranged. So you give one space at the end for 0. So you put your 0. Always remember that. If you don't put that 0, you will not get the right answer. So we have done. We'll proceed to the final step, add the two numbers. So when you add, you have 5,776. That is correct. Use our calculator and check and see how correct our trick is. Very correct. So we do another example, but in this case, we are going to look at trick number 2, and that is square of number that end with 0. When a number ends with 0, you are simply going to apply our step number 1. That's all. Step 1. Out of the 4 steps, step 1, the easy step 1, you have gotten the answer. Now, let's take the first 50. So what is step one? Take the individual number and square. So we take our 5, square 5. If you square 5, 5 square is 25. Is that correct? Yes. So next is to take 0. Now in this case, if you say square of 0 is 0, yes, that's correct. But what we are going to do here, for the sake of this trick, is when you see square of 0, just write 0 2 times. So if the 0 is 2, you write it 4 times. So in this case, we'll just have 1 0. So we write it 0 0. So that's it. So that is the final answer. You can't proceed more than that. The square of 50 is therefore 2,500. Now, let's do the second one. 70. The same step. Take your 7 and square it. So when you square, what do you have? 49. 7 squared is 49. Take your 0. When you square your 0, following the method I told you, just write 20 there. That is it. So you have gotten your answer. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's test this method on 3-digit number like 120 square. In 3-digit, the method is simple, but you have to divide the numbers into 2. The non-digit one side and the non-zero digit rather one side, and the 0 digit one side. So in this case, the non-zero digit is 12. So take that 12. What do you do to it? You square it. So the square of 12 is 144. That's that. So you take your 0. The same thing, the square of 0 is like writing 0 2 times. So you do that. That's the answer. It's as simple as that. Finally, let's take our D. Our D. So that's 700. In this case, the non-zero digit is 1 and the 0 is 2 in number. So still separate it into non-zero digit and 0 digit. So the non-zero digit in this case is 7. So if you square the 7, what do you have? 49. Now you take the 0. I told you that the square of 0 is like for the purpose of this trick is to write it in 2 places. So when the zeros are 2, you write it in 4 places. So the 0 is you write it in 4, so it's going to give you like this. That is that, and that is the answer, 490,000. Congratulations, my dear, you have learned a new trick. So with this trick, you can solve your multiplication, your square of 2-digit number with ease. Thank you for watching. I want you to join us on our next video on the series. We'll be looking at geometry. We'll start from plane shape and we treat it to the most difficult aspect of geometry you know. But in our case, we're going to make everything simple. Don't miss it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.